Good evening, everybody. This is John Jansen and my wife Ann. Hope everybody's doing well. And welcome to the webinar from JAJ Digital Marketing. It's revealed the top strategies to connect with your prospect and close the deal. Get ready to take some notes, and let's see how we can maximize this evening for you. And let's tackle some important questions.
Okay. How effectively do we connect? How well do we understand those around us? I love this little graphic that John was able to do for me. As you'll see, the little fellow on the right is listening, while the other person is revealing what is important to them. The key to you being understood, and this is so important to me, and I've had to learn this, is stop and listen. Understand the other person first. It is so important that once they feel that they're understood, they're going to listen to your side of this, the conversation. It is so important to stop and make the effort to understand. If we could just reduce misunderstanding, how much better would the world be?
How important is it to skillfully communicate? On a scale of 1 to 10, how important would you consider this to be?
Communication, as you see these fellows here chatting, you know what? It is your value to the marketplace. And a lot of people say, well, my marketplace is I'm not a businessman. Well, I have something to tell you. Everything in life is your marketplace, your job, your career, and most importantly, you know what? It's those social connections. It's who you're speaking to. That is your marketplace.
Muted. Unmuted.
Unmuted. There we go. Sorry.
We apologize. We were having some technical difficulties in communicating, no less, on a webinar about communications. We do apologize, and we so thank you for your grace.
Okay. Okay, good. We're going to continue. Mastering advanced communication skills will bring greater enjoyment, satisfaction, respect, and productivity to your personal, social, and business life. Okay, we need to manage our interactions. What does managing our interactions mean? It's, okay, when we connect with others, are we meeting people at where they're at? Just because we may be at a certain level, you meet someone, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're operating at the same level they are. So it's important to interact with them in a way that, hey, you can tell pretty quickly, okay, what level is someone communicating with you? And when you connect with them, then you meet them there and then build up from there. And that way they feel comfortable and you feel comfortable, and that's and that way friendships are built and it's easier to connect. But if we act like we're above them or below them or something like that, then it creates an uneven balance. So it's important finding out where someone at. So by your introduction and all that, you find out very quickly. And so it's important to manage how you interact with others. Okay. Then the important thing too is, as you can see in the picture, it's important to build rapport with when you build a proper rapport with people and build that bridge with people, that you build that connection so they feel that safe strength, they feel trust, they feel that you're honest with them. You create meaning, you're going to create long-lasting relationships.
Whoa, these two look like they're having a difficult time. One part of communication mastery, is, we have to learn how to effectively and respectfully have those difficult conversations, be direct with someone, how you can remain calm, how you feel safe having that difficult conversation, and even more importantly, that other person is not put off. They're feeling safe, and at the end of the conversation, you both come out better for having the conversation. You're both equally understood.
Okay. Connecting with other people, learning how to ethically influence other people's hearts and minds will reward you with positive decisions and actions you desire. So it's very important that you connect in a way that, hey, people feel secure. They know that you mean the best for them. And then you make the good connection and you move forward. Okay. And then you got the fella at the front of the room. Looks like a sales professional to me. Now, what we're simply saying is, okay, he's bringing across a message that if you're going to buy from him, okay, you've got to know that he's bringing honesty, he's being open with you, he's being respectful, he's being direct, he's creating an atmosphere of acceptance, of safe strength.
So you're asking, is this for you, this evening's webinar? Well, just your being here indicates how important powerful communication is to you, how important it is to establish genuine rapport, and you're committed to enhancing your life. And you also take ownership for your part in your relationship. Expectations for the webinar. Webinar will last for about 60 minutes, give or take a few minutes. So I'm asking you to please eliminate distractions, turn off the cell phones, just like they ask you in the movies, take some notes. We do have some specialists on the call this evening. We're very blessed to have them. So if you have a question, type it in and they will do their best to get back to you with an answer. We're also going to have a Q&A if you want to hold off till the end of the webinar as well. This is my favorite part. Isn't he handsome? This is my husband, John Jansen. He likes to be called John Wayne Robert Jansen. He is the co-founder of JAJ Digital Marketing. He is a certified peer coach, speaker, trainer, and he's been studying personal development for 20 years, gearing in on communication. It's always been special to him. He is fluent in Dutch and in English. I say Dutch first because that just happened that was his first language, and when he's a little upset with me, he talks in Dutch. One of his great passions is photography. He's actually an award-winning photographer. He loves world travel. He's traveled the globe from one end to the other. And he's also a digital marketer. So he helps people with their online business on how to generate leads and just sort of make the most of their business online. And this is what he is most proud of, is he is a certified verbal Aikido master trainer.
Now, the slide, technical difficulty, what's going on? I'm trying to move the slide and it doesn't. There we go. There's my lovely wife, Ann. She's also the co-founder. JHA, J stands for John, A for Ann, J for Jansen. Okay, she's also been involved in personal development for 20 years. Author of the soon-to-be-published book, Interrupted Perceptions. We can expect that in November. 25 years in the legal profession, specializing in breaking the communication barrier between lawyers and clients, helping clients understand the various court processes. She's an avid reader. Well, it's competition between the book and her. And then she's also a verbal Aikido master trainer. I'm very proud of her for getting that accomplished. And now we got a shocking confession. You know, I got involved in network marketing, MLM industry back in 1995. That's a long time. That's a long time ago.
You're old.
But anyways, the first while that I got involved with that, I didn't make a dime. But I had to do a lot of, they give me tools. They said, you need to start reading books and listen to tapes. And yeah, I'm dating myself. But anyways, what happened, the first 6 months, I may not have made money, but I started to grow from the inside out. And as a result, I changed as a person in how I approached people and how I dealt with people. And all of a sudden, my business took off. And it took off fast. And it grew big. And that was because of the personal development. Then, I slacked off. I had some things happen, so I backed off. And my business, I lost a business to Europe. I come back to Canada. And the one thing that we encountered, yes, I still remained reading books and listening to CDs or, you know, but we weren't as on top of it as I was back then. And now we discovered, hey, wait a second. Why aren't we applying what we've learned? A lot of this stuff we know inside out and backwards, and it's a time to apply it. When we start to apply it, our lives have just been improving day by day. It doesn't mean big, huge steps. It means take a small step every day and you move forward. Great. Okay, then we've got our author and founder of Verbal Aikido, James McNeil. Very happy to say I consider him a personal friend of mine. He's also overcome many of life's obstacles and has achieved international success as a best-selling author. He's a well-respected coach and highly sought-after keynote speaker. His dedication to helping men and women achieve their potential over the last 25 years has helped thousands in becoming the best possible version of themselves. He's one of the world's most acclaimed speakers and stage sales professionals, having addressed over more than 2,000 live audiences and having sold more than $1 million in a single 75-minute presentation.
Wow.
So,
why is this so crucial now, you ask? Well, you know, communication is really almost everything, and almost everything communicates. And this is so true. And communication is your currency in the world. And, you know, everyone is talking, but are we listening? That is so important to listen.
okay, to strike the right chord. Okay, you see we got CHORD as an acronym. C standing for communicate. Okay, how well do we communicate with others? How well we communicate with others depends on how well we move forward in this life. Number 2, are we doing things honestly? Okay, it's in today's world, there's a lot of people out there, they figure in business, oh, we don't have to be as honest. No, it's still a case of, hey, the people that are honest are going to get the furthest. Honesty is the key to everything. If someone's dishonest, hey, they break all trust, they break everything else, so you just can't depend on them, and you need to be able to depend on people. Okay, are we open with people? When we express ourselves, can they tell that, hey, we're sincere in what we're saying? Okay, and then are we respectful of one another? Okay, and then are we speaking directly with one another? Are we getting direct to the point? You know, some people don't like direct, but if you're being honest, you're being open, you're being respectful, being direct is the only way to do it. Oh, they're speaking
See,
directly.
they've struck the chord.
They've struck the chord. They got that right. Okay. What's going on
Our
here?
apologies, we're having a few technical difficulties. Again, we do appreciate your grace. Thank you so much.
Okay. When the mind and body, unified by Nen, harmonizes with the principle of an ordered universe, a person becomes free of self-centeredness and self-consciousness. Kishimari Shiba. He was the founder of Aikido. I believe he's
Aikido,
the founder
the
of
martial art
Aikido.
of Aikido.
That's the youngest martial art out there. But that's where, because the martial art is set up in such a way that, okay, instead of attacking, okay, you step out of the way and all that. But what we're talking about, you'll hear more about that. It is founded on principles of mutual respect, authenticity, and non-adversarial effectiveness. The verbal Aikido practitioner seeks to control self, manage interactions, influence others. Okay. Controlling self. It's important to have a calmness and determination, having self-control, confidence, willpower, and a balance. You need a good balance, being in control of everything, because we have so many different things happening. But having the willpower and determination creates the confidence, and being calm gives you that excellent self-control and keeps everything well balanced.
Bruce Lee, not only was he a martial artist and an actor, but as you can see from this quote, notice the stiffest tree is most easily cracked, while the bamboo or willow survives by bending with the wind. I love that quote because, you know, being flexible is really true strength. Meekness, you know, is really what I consider strength under control. So true strength in your interactions with others is being adaptable, being flexible, being like the willow tree or the bamboo, being able to bend and accommodate people.
Okay, now we got 3 keys to a compelling objective. Being honest. What do you really want? Okay. Being reasonable. Is your partner feeling safe and interested? How much time do you have to discuss this? And being rational. Question and challenge your thinking. Okay. And how we influence others. This one I've found interesting. You know, I'm the light go crashing into the other bulb.
Okay, really? I love you. But we've learned through our Aikido training, because we do live this as part of our life, you don't need to crash into people and be overbearing to influence others. How you carry yourself with that calm confidence, really, that's how you influence others. Grace. Let's just take a minute to sort of think about the word grace. You know, the word is defined, it's unmerited favor or undeserved kindness. And in today's society, oh, I like that picture. You know, that's what grace is about. And in today's society, we seem to have taken the position that, you know, we're only going to be kind or nice to someone if we think they deserve it. You know, why can't we not just be nice to someone just for the sake of being nice? Let's just start out respecting somebody just because everybody deserves to be respected. So that brings us to then once you've got that, you've got irresistible grace. We can be more irresistible in our connections when we're communicating and building rapport quickly, consistently, and genuinely. Here's a model that we apply for our interactions with grace. G for genuine, R for respect, A for acceptance, I for interest, and S for service. And actually the genuine applies to all of them. Are we being genuinely respectful? Do we genuinely accept the other person? Are we genuinely interested? And are we providing genuine service just because someone needs help? Just genuine service. So to recap, as you see, these two gentlemen from obviously different cultures, different backgrounds, they're just genuinely respecting each other. And genuine acceptance. Are we meeting the other person with a clean slate, no hidden agendas? Are we able to accept their message without agreeing or disagreeing? Just accept them. And by accepting their message, we're suspending our judgment. And by doing that, we're building a model that works. So when we meet someone, we issue to them genuine respect, acceptance, interest, and service. And by doing that, they in turn will be drawn to this kind of grace. Difficult people. And, we say difficult people think we're difficult. Well, I bet you that's true. We think someone is difficult, but really they're probably thinking that we're just as difficult. So when you're trying to handle an objection in a sale, really it's not an objection. They're feeling pushed. So what's the key here? You know what? Start listening and stop pushing.
Okay. Communication channel capacity. Okay, it's often said, well, if a picture is worth 1,000 words, how many pictures are moving around in our mind at any one given time? With our busy schedules, would it be safe to say you've got hundreds or thousands of pictures going on through your mind at any one given time? So wouldn't that be equivalent to a raging river of thoughts or feelings? Okay, so a raging river. There, we finally got it. Okay. Now, we want to convey those thoughts to a person when we're talking to them in person. So to do that, we would have to force those thoughts in through a fire hose, bring those thoughts across to the other person so that they understand them. It is said the average person only hears 10 to 15% of what you're saying to them. So, and a very good listener hears 30 to 40%. So is it any wonder that there's misunderstanding or miscommunication? If a very good listener is only hearing 60 to 70% of what's being said, and the average person's only hearing 10 to 15% of what's being said, I mean, they got 85 to 90% not being heard. That's immense. So, and if we take it to a video or a phone, it's like trying to shove it through a garden hose. And then if we try to do it with email, the amount is lost is what we put through a straw. And then we go texting, well, that's really pathetic. It goes down to a syringe. So how much is lost? And so what we are doing now is showing you a way that you can improve that communication, because if we connect better, we will get so much more accomplished and avoid a lot more misunderstanding.
Verbal Aikido, pure communications mastery, is truly the art and science of ultimate success. What is verbal Aikido? Well, Aikido, stands for harmony, how well you are connecting with people. Ki is power, and Do is the path. We apologize. We're having some speakers. Maybe Wayne.
Wayne?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
You guys are cutting in and out here and there, but I can hear you otherwise.
Okay. Fair enough.
Because seem to be getting a lot of garble on the
speakers.
On the speakers. So we do apologize. Let's get back to what is verbal Aikido. Again, I is harmony, Ki is power, and Do is the path. Verbal Aikido is the powerful path to peace.
Why is this so special? In a culture where manipulation, domination, and control of others has become prevalent, communication strategies, verbal Aikido stands out as a startling counterculture philosophy. Okay, verbal Aikido, the philosophy of verbal Aikido is being able to control oneself, manage interaction, and influence others. And how we go about that is will make a huge difference. Okay.
So you're probably wondering why I'm doing this webinar, why the passion for verbal Aikido. Well, imagine yourself, you're no longer feeling like a victim, and you're feeling empowered. For years, I felt like a victim. Just a little bit about me. I was the kid in school that I didn't have many friends. I had lots of acquaintances, and they were all the cool kids. And they let me hang around on the fringe to make fun of me. I had a very large overbite. I wasn't very smart in school, despite being an avid reader. I was considered the slow one, both at school and in my family. And I love my family dearly. They were doing the best that they could. Long story short, I was a single parent for years. My daughter was having issues at school. They said, we think she has a learning disability because she's just not getting along. And I knew a bit of the background of the issue. And I said, no, I really think she's having an issue with the teacher. No, we want to send her for a test. So being a preteen, 12, 13 years old, my daughter said, there's no way I am going for a test. It's the teacher. And I said, how about this? I will take the test with you. Okay, fine. We will waste your time too. So we went for the test. And it turns out it's as I thought. My daughter is absolutely brilliant. But what astonished me, and excuse me because this is pretty emotional for me, I have a learning disability. And it made me, a light bulb went off. I'm not slow. It might take me a little bit longer, but I'm not slow in the terms of being somebody stupid. I'm actually quite smart. I just go about things in a different way. Well, the day I heard that was the day I drew my line in the sand. And I still had a journey to go. I was still making some wrong decisions in relationships. But then after a while, I realized, you know what? You are smart. Follow those personal development steps. So I became passionate about connecting with people and helping people realize their purpose and helping them get passionate about their lives. And through my learning with verbal Aikido, because I do walk this now, I do walk my talk, I walk with quiet strength. I have calm confidence. I respect others, and I can feel their respect of me as well. So I walk this every day. This is my life. This is what I bring to the world now.
Too far.
Too far. So
this workshop is specifically designed for those who want to build better relationships, be able to handle those difficult conversations, ethically influence those to make informed decisions in their best interest, not ours. And that's a key thing that, we want to influence people and then we want them to have because of what we want. But how about meeting that person at their level and, hey, what is in the best interest for them? And sometimes the best interest isn't what we want for them, but it's what is the best for them. And that answer will be no instead of yes. And we are perfectly fine with that. So I find it very important to mention that and get that very clearly across, that when we connect with people, it's about a win-win for both sides. So yes, we may want a sale, but if the other person, hey, is the sale the best thing for that particular person? Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. And we can recognize that, and hey, as a result, we get more accomplished because both sides are happy. Okay?
Yeah. Well,
go ahead.
Yeah, you can tell we're both excited about this. So this workshop, this program is you're exactly the person that James designed this for. If you do want those deep relationships, be able to handle those difficult conversations and just enhance your life, this is for you.
Okay, the benefits when applied. Income increases 2 to 3 times. Relationships, family, socially improve dramatically, and we can personally attest to that. All aspects of life get better.
So what will you learn from this program? You're going to learn that the future truly belongs to the communicator. Those who can communicate their message well are the people that advance in whatever you decide to do, whether you're an athlete. If you can communicate your issues with your coach, you're going to do that much better at the next event that you're attending. If you want to ask for that raise, if you can communicate your position better, your chances of getting that raise increase about 90%. And you are also going to see the importance and value of being on the cutting edge of effective, and true authentic communications. Communications 101. And this is really fundamental. You're going to learn the fundamental principles of communication that are going to allow you to successfully handle any conversation, no matter how difficult, in a respectful, authentic, and effective way. You're going to learn emotionally intelligent communication. You're going to focus on emotional intelligence and discover how your activity to sense and your ability to manage your emotions is truly the foundation to great communication.
The power to influence. Learn how to appropriately and effectively influence people. Ethically move their hearts, minds to conclusion, conviction, and action. So when you're being honest, open, respectful, and direct, and they accept you, you're building a trust. And so then you can effectively influence them. You can ethically not feel bad because you know you're doing what's right, move their hearts and minds to a conclusion with conviction and action. Enlightened assertiveness. This one is huge. Learn to effectively and respectfully resolve issues you feel strongly about while managing your emotions and respecting the rights of others. This is very important because, when we connect with others, it was, I was just going over that one there before, and it's, sorry, I just drew a little blank here. I didn't have that note.
Squirrel.
Yeah, squirrel. Go ahead.
Enlightened assertiveness. When you're able to handle your emotions, and that's key. When you learn more about yourself, you're able to be assertive and respectful. Being assertive doesn't necessarily mean being angry and driving your point home. You're just assertive. You're getting a message across, and you're comfortable with your message.
And now I remember what it was, because I was listening to James today too. I've got it on audio as well, and he was talking about enlightened assertiveness, and what he brought to the forefront was we live in an age where well, if you got teenagers or whatever, they believe that they are entitled. They live with the idea that they're entitled to everything. Well, that's not the case. If you look at the law of the farm, okay, farmers would say, oh, well, we know what that is, but no. If you don't plant a seed, if you don't plant seeds, how can you expect a harvest? So this idea of in the workplace too, hey, you need to have done the work in order to expect a reward. And so that's what makes this so valuable. It is too many people now think that they're entitled. It's deserving means in Greek or something, coming from service. So like he was discussing, okay, his 16-year-old son wanted a car. He says, oh, I deserve a car. Oh, what service did you perform to earn that car? So what we're simply saying is, hey, if you do the work, then you collect a reward. But if you don't do the work, you cannot expect a reward.
So, you've been listening so far, and we thank you for staying with us. And what we've touched on here briefly is just really the tip of the iceberg. So if you want to learn more, as I'm sure you do, about communicating and making those connections, we have a workshop coming up August 15 and 16, where you're going to learn to expand on what we've just discussed. You're going to understand and grasp it more fully, and you're going to dramatically improve those family and social relationships. As John was mentioning, if you have teenage children, this is key. How to manage your interactions with your teenagers sometimes is very challenging, and you're going to double or triple your earning potential because, as I said earlier, communicators are going to lead the world. So you're going to, if you communicate well, you're going to earn well. So you're also going to learn to solidify your future. And, you know, this is a very volatile world, dog eat dog. Well, if you communicate better, you're going to be the top dog. Banks and corporations, you know, they've seen the need for James's program, and they've paid him in excess of $40,000 to get access to his information. And, you know, James has done this for so long, and he's wanted to bring this to the masses. And just as an example of how effective James is and his product is he went to the banks. There was a bank who was introducing some changes, and they told their bank tellers, well, you know, you're going to have to start doing sales. And bank tellers really are all about service. And they said, well, we're not going to do sales. We're not salesmen. We're tellers. So, you know, we're just going to quit. We're not going to do sales. So the bank went to James and said, this is our issue. What do? We don't want this massive group of people quitting. So they brought James in, and he said, let me talk to the tellers. Well, James spent some time with these tellers. No one quit. And in the course of 6 months, because James was able to sort of bring in a different perspective to them, they generated $100 million in deposits in 6 months. That's how fabulous this program is.
Okay, we have agreed on a fair price. No, it was not $9.97, not $7.97. We agreed on $6.97. Okay. Yes, some people say that's a lot of money. Well, that's it's affordable for the average person, where $40,000 or and above, that's way beyond for the average person. If you go to jajdigitalmarketing.com/workshop, as you see on the slide, you can register and get your tickets there. Okay. But wait, I'll make this even better.
You will?
Yeah.
Did you discuss this finance thing with me?
Nope.
What about
so if you want to, well, I should.
Yes, you should.
Make that change, improve your relationships and income. Go to jajdigitalmarketing.com/workshop. We have the community to support you and help you get the results you're looking for. We're going to do it all in for a webinar special of $497.
Okay, I like that.
You like that?
I like that. That's good. I like that.
Okay. You're going to need to enter a promo code, which you see here, JAJ200. That will give you the $200 discount.
So how long are we doing this for, John? Because
We're doing that till about noon tomorrow. And then we're going to pull down that, and then it's going to be full price again. So this is a webinar special. And, okay. So go register for your ticket. There's the promo code.
I would go now if I were you.
Yeah. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity. Yes, this is the path to success. JAJdigitalmarketing.com/workshop. And now we've got time for some, like we said at the beginning, question and answers. So anybody has any questions?
Let's see.
Okay, let's okay, Ricardo, can you hear me? Ricardo, are you there?
He's there, but I guess he can't hear you. We're very blessed. Ricardo is joining us from the Netherlands, so thank you so much, Ricardo. I see David has a question. David's question was, how long is the workshop? Well, the workshop is going to, as you saw, run for 2 days. Registration is between 8:30 and 9 o'clock, and we're going to start right on time at 9 o'clock and run all the way to 5 o'clock. Now, that may sound like a long time, but it's jam-packed, and your days will just fly by. So I hope that answers your question, David, and I hope we see you at the program. Any more questions, anybody?
I see Wayne is on. Can you hear us, Wayne?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Thank you so much for joining us, my friend.
Thanks for inviting me. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Can I say something real quick?
Most
Oh,
definitely.
definitely.
Oh, thank you. Listen, you guys are great. I love the back and forth banter with you guys. When you guys do that, it's absolutely amazing. I love that. And for me, when I first took the Verbal Aikido weekend, the same one that you guys are offering, I honestly thought that all that I was there for was just to be able to help me with my sales, because I'm from a sales background.
Mm-hmm.
And it has greatly. But there's rarely a day, guys, that goes by after the training that I am not either in the back or the forefront of my mind using or thinking of the skills and the techniques that we learned over those 2 days.
Isn't that, it's so true. Isn't that awesome?
It is. It is. Like even today, I was speaking with my partner, and we were kind of having a heated, I'm not going to say a heated discussion, but we were starting to talk over each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, and just like you were sharing earlier, Ann, in regards to respecting the other person, and instead of trying to get across what you want to say, take a step back and listen to what they are saying first so that they feel heard.
Yeah.
And if you do that, then you can actually have a conversation instead of a yelling match at each other. So I actually did that. I took a step back and I just listened instead of trying to get my own agenda across.
Right.
And she finished saying what she was saying, and then I spoke, and she did the same thing. So it was almost like I was leading her in a dance, so to speak, in regards to you speak, I listen.
Yeah.
I speak, you listen, and the difference in the relationship, the difference in the communication, just off of that one thing that I learned, and there were many things that I learned over the weekend, but just that one thing that I learned is so profound that I will always, always, always be grateful for that. And obviously there's more things that we learned over the weekend.
Oh, yes. I mean, and I keep going back to those weekends. I'll never stop. You know, and just
me too.
Yeah.
Me too. So I'm glad that there's another one coming forward, and I'm glad that you guys are promoting this. This is awesome.
Yeah, because we just you know, like James and you as well, we want to bring this to the masses. Because once we do, can you imagine the change in the world?
Oh,
That's
that would be
what
awesome.
it's all about. That's really what this is all about.
Yeah.
And I can say, I'm going to speak for my husband now because he spoke for me before on the price. You know, we were saying the other day, we're closer.
Mm.
You know, not a day goes by that I don't thank God for John, but we're just that much closer. We respect each other's opinion more. We don't have to agree, but we respectfully agree to disagree.
There you go. There you go.
You're allowed to disagree.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
But the thing is, it's a case of you're allowed to disagree and you don't have to get mad about it because it's a case of, hey, we understand each other and people are allowed to have a different opinion. So that's what's so huge about this. And the fact, if we master this and live this, then our lives, everything improves. Your income improves. Everything, family, well, I don't want to get into too much into personal, but the things that have happened for me personally in my family have been mind-boggling.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah.
And this is,
Me as well.
and
Yeah.
I'm not making this one up.
Yeah, we can share that with you, Wayne, on the weekend when we're there. I see there's a question from Donna. She's saying, will lunch be served? Well, I know there are coffee breaks scheduled throughout because it is a very intense weekend. Generally, lunch is not provided, but I know there are restaurants within the area, within walking distance or a couple of minutes drive. So generally, Donna, no, lunch is not provided. But, you know, there are very reasonable restaurants around. So, you know, please don't let that stop you. I even a lot of times tend to bring my own lunch and just sit in the room and mix and mingle with people. So please don't let that stop you. Right, Wayne?
Yes, agreed.
Well, there's a restaurant right in the hotel, but right across from the hotel, there's Subway, there's Lone Star, there's a bunch of restaurants. So
Yeah.
there's lots of opportunity, and they do take decent breaks, decent lunch breaks and coffee breaks and all that.
Yeah.
So that's all well taken care of.
One thing we should mention, we didn't mention, is the location. Is you will find out the location. You get an email once you buy your ticket. You're then going to get an email confirming where the location is, and again confirming the times of everything. So please don't worry about where it is. We will let you know to make sure you're there. Okay. Any more questions? We'll leave it open for a few more minutes to see if there's a few more questions.
Actually, we did pretty good on this call. I mean, we figured it was going to take.
Wayne, do you have any questions?
I have a question.
Okay.
Okay, so now I know that you guys are married and you guys are a couple and you guys are in business and you guys do so many things together.
Yes.
My question for you is, because usually they say you don't mix business and pleasure. Usually they say if you've got a husband and wife team and they're doing business together, that something is going to suffer because they're spending so much time. And then you've got a situation where, well, who's leading, who's following, and all of those kind of things. With you guys taking in and learning the verbal Aikido, how has this now changed your business relationship, not just your personal?
Well, I think now having taken the verbal Aikido, we realize where each other's strengths lie. So John is very good on the techie stuff and drafting, and he's really the business mind behind things. I like to think I'm a good supporter. And it also comes down to respect. Like you said, sometimes things suffer when spouses work together. So one thing we have maintained is, you know what, we're each allowed our space. And that is so vitally important.
Awesome.
You have to allow each other your space. For instance, John has another business venture, so many business ventures, which is good. Like you, I know you have a few business ventures.
Yes.
He's going away at the end of August, the end of the month. And he said, you're going to come. And I looked at him going, I love you, but no. I am going to have an Ann weekend. And the first words out of his mouth was, okay, enjoy yourself. So there you go. There you have. It ultimately comes down to respect. Yes? No?
Awesome.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I respect her space. She respects my space. You know, there's different things you plan, and, well, because we respect each other, because we're honest and open with each other, we can trust each other, and we don't have to worry about the other person. And, you know, so that works out mutually. But this verbal Aikido has put us closer together as well in our, like we were already, before verbal Aikido, we communicated that we had a good relationship, but this has brought us so much closer. And the differences I've seen in Anne and the differences they've seen at Anne's work in Anne have been phenomenal. Colleagues have mentioned it, and things have taken place that, she doesn't want to take credit for or whatever, but I think it has a direct relation. It wasn't big, but she got a raise where others didn't. I'm not saying, okay, I wasn't there, but like when someone, because things get slow, okay, Anne's putting out quality work, and this person had seniority on Anne, but that person got let go and Anne didn't. To me, that speaks volumes, because we are living in a time where, hey, there are a lot of people being put on the street.
Correct.
And so the fact that she stands out from the crowd and her direct boss has already directly noticed a difference in her, and she was able to resolve issues with a former boss because of this. That has been absolutely huge. So I see that we are the only ones left, Wayne. I see Ricardo did not respond, and he has left us.
Well, it's
no worries.
Right there.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Mr. McPherson. I have a question for you.
Ask away. Ask away.
You are a businessman.
I am.
Okay, and an author.
I am.
We should celebrate that. How has verbal Aikido impacted your business and your writing of your book?
Oh my goodness, how can I count the ways? You've asked me a question that you shouldn't have asked me at 8:51 of a webinar that's going to close the doors at 9 o'clock.
No, hey, you know what? We're good. We're taping this. This can go on, as John says, I have control.
Well, you know what? In regards to the business, listen, I wasn't joking when I said I don't think there's a day that goes by that I do not either consciously or subconsciously use verbal Aikido. And I'll give you an example of today. I had a client that is, we're closing a deal for him. I do mortgaging and I do investing and financing and insurance for those that don't know me. And this is a mortgaging a deal that I have today. And I had a client, and we've been closing a deal. We've been working on it for weeks. We finally got to the lawyer stage today, and they did a title search. And once they did a title search, they said, oh my goodness, Wayne, we have a problem here. I said, what's the problem? And he said, there is a loan that's been liened against the property. And I said, oh, you got to be kidding me. The client didn't tell me of this. So I hopped on the phone and I called the client and I said, listen, let's say her name is Betty Boo. I said, Betty Boo, I said, what is going on with this home trust loan? And she said to me, I have no idea of any home trust loan. So I gave her the date, I gave her the amount, and she goes, oh my goodness, Wayne, that is a loan that we took 2 years ago to get our windows done. And I said, oh my goodness, I said, Betty Boo, we're in a bit of a bind because this now is going to preclude us from being able to close this deal. Well, she lost it. She was livid, and she's at work. She works at a bank. She was very, very, very upset. Mm-hmm. And I thought to myself, okay, I know that I now no longer do that as much as I used to, where I calm myself down. Mm-hmm. Because you can't communicate if you're coming from a place of emotional instability, right, and try to get across what it is that you want to get done. Mm-hmm. Now, it's one thing for us to know that for ourselves, right? But we do it so much that I actually was able to now pass that on to her. So I said, Betty Boo, I said, listen, I said, I hear you loud and clear. I don't blame you for being upset. But right now, I know as you want to kill the world, it's not going to help the situation. So do me a favor. Okay, do me a favor. Mm-hmm. Take a step back, count to 10, And think of this. Home Trust is not the one that put you in this loan. So it makes no sense calling them and taking a strip out of them because that's not going to help you.
Right.
Regardless of what happened 2 years ago, we're in this situation now. And so put yourself in the place of the person that you're going to call to take a strip out of. They don't know you.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't there when you did the loan 2 years ago. So getting upset at them really isn't going to help. And to be honest with you, getting upset at anybody really isn't helping anybody. But I understand that you need to vent. So take 10 seconds, vent, tear up the office, and then call me back.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said that to her, she kind of chuckled because she knew what I was trying to get at. And keeping in mind, she's upset and she has a right to be upset.
Right.
But because I gave her room and space to actually express that anger,
Yeah.
and then come back and deal with the situation as an adult, she was able to kind of take a step back, deal with it. We were able to call Home Trust. We rectified the situation, and we're closing the deal tomorrow. Now, if this was Wayne before and not knowing how to be able to get that across to her, she probably still would have been upset. We would have been fighting with this deal for the next few days because she wouldn't feel justified to pay it. But just because I said, I hear you,
Yes.
just because I gave her space to rightfully vent that anger, she got it out of her system, and then I was able to bring her back and say, not in the worst to say, well, can we be adults now? But then have an adult conversation with her. It rectified the whole situation.
Fabulous.
And that's just one day. That's just today at Verbal Aikido.
Yeah, oh, I know. And
It's every day. Something happens every day.
Yeah. So are you going to be there at the next weekend?
For sure I will be there.
So
I will be there.
yeah. So this will be our fourth one, my friend.
It will be. And you know what? And this goes to show you the power of it. Every single Verbal Aikido weekend that I have done has been completely different from the previous. Every single one.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't necessarily, and it's not necessarily different in the content.
Exactly.
Content.
Content's
It's what
the
you
same.
take away from it. And I look back at where we all met at the first one. We were all at the same table. Remember?
I remember.
Yeah, we did that one test, and we all kind of picked on John. But then when you stop and look at where we were and how far we have come.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
It's invaluable. I can't put a price tag on it.
Yeah. Me as well. So when I see the offer that you guys got now, which is an amazing offer, and the discount that's there, when I see that and I think, well, how much money did I actually save today by saving this deal? Because I really do think it was a big part of this deal being saved just to calm down the client.
Right.
It's 10 times the amount that's well, maybe not 10 times, but it's at least 5-6 times the amount of the price for this weekend.
Yeah.
So there's so many ways that it can be of a benefit that it definitely is priceless to Verbal Aikido.
Oh yeah, and that person, I don't know, but I'm sure that lady will refer other people to you.
She already has.
There you go. It's Verbal Aikido. It increases your income.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.